And nobody saw that coming at half-time. And he's talking us through the two finishes. We'll come to the second one in a moment. That's straightforward. What about the first one? Because you're a goal scorer and you still don't think he scored this goal.
Oh, I would have taken it as well if I was him,
Yeah.
of course. But it's... Well, do you know what it is? It's a foul, in my opinion. It shouldn't even have been a goal. But
really?
Once it was... Yeah, I think it's a foul. And if it was given a goal, it should have been an own goal. I think that he might have the faintest of touches, but his touch might knock the ball forward 6 inches or something. It's Guehi that actually knocks it into the goal. But Solanke kicks Guehi's leg to get it into the goal. I mean, I think that's a foul. I think if that's the other way round, it's a penalty. You know, if you take somebody's leg like that from behind and kick through their leg, it's a foul. And I think that was a foul. I thought Tottenham got really fortunate with that one, but they needed a bit of luck, and just shows you once they got that, then the momentum started, and they looked like the team that were going to go forward. I thought Manchester City were wilting in that second half.
What was the central defender's view there, if you're Mark Guehi?
Yeah, an unbiased opinion. I thought it was a foul. The fact that his foot was planted, and the only reason he's made contact with the ball is because of the force that Solanke's made with his leg, and then it's pushed the ball past Donnarumma. Again, if that was a striker having a shot and defender comes through the back of him and he misses the goal, I think there's a penalty given. So, yeah, there's enough contact there for me for it to be a foul. OK, that's debatable and a little scruffy. What about the second one and the improvisation here from Dominic Solanke?
Yeah, I mean, what is there to do in this situation when you're running through towards the goal and the ball comes in behind you? You either stop and take a touch and either swivel, a little bit like Sesko today for Manchester United. He couldn't do that because there was too many bodies around him. Or you take a touch and you bring someone... Or you do what he did, which was incredible. I mean, defensively, though, Jolien, Gonzalez at fault, bit of Guehi, O'Reilly, Kusanov could have come across.
Yeah, again, there's lack of communication, organisation, but take nothing away from the finish, the improvisation, instinctive. Again, Kusanov could continue his run towards Solanke and maybe apply a little bit more pressure, but all credit to Dominic Solanke there.
There's literally nowhere else he could put it, was it? I mean, because it's not like you can get any pace on that. You've just got to loop it in and into that far corner. And Donnarumma just gets a finger on it as well. Literally, it's perfect. I'm not sure how much you know when you're improvising like that. I'm not sure how much you can control the trajectory and the direction and things. I think he just sort of got a leg on it and tried to help it towards the goal, but that's taken nothing away from it because, you know, he made the right call in going for it, and if you don't go for it, you don't score.
Absolutely. So much positivity at the end for Spurs. Not so for Manchester City. Here is their manager, Pep Guardiola.
Well, Pep, a result that was just impossible to see at half-time. Across the 90 minutes, what did you make of it?
Yeah, it was a good game. After the goal, they conceded. We have struggled 10, 15, 20 minutes, and after we come back again. So, yeah, in general, it was a really good performance. Unfortunately, we couldn't win.
You've obviously, or I guess you'd be particularly satisfied first half. Can you just talk about the game plan maybe that gave you control? Looked like a big part of it was to get Semenyo and Cherki isolating their wide centre-backs and cause them problems?
No, the game plan is try to play with the ball and try to score goals and not concede. That is the game plan, and after the players make the difference.
OK. What changed second half?
But before in the back, they put more direct balls. We won. They found the goal. And after that, the momentum that always happen in the Premier League happened. But, yeah, some transitions. The control we didn't have it. But it was not a big issue, just the momentum to score goals.
There was a sense a couple of weeks ago with the Manchester United game, I think you said afterwards, I remember Bernardo saying afterwards that it became their type of game, a transition game. Was that the case against second half today? It became their type of game and you weren't able to switch the momentum back?
A little bit. Yeah, more actions than the first half, you're right. They push more, but they push as always, but Bernardo and Rodri and the other ones, Nico and everyone in behind was really good. And the second half was a little bit more, but especially after the first goal.
Is that why you made some of the changes you did? Reinders, one of those that came on, Nico Gonzalez. Is that about trying to kind of stabilise the team?
No, to try to get energy, to try to score a goal. That's why we make the substitutions.
Yeah, and Rodri, I'm guessing you were worried that he was pretty close to a red card.
Oh yeah, good. No, that was not the reason.
Okay, what was the reason?
The decision to put another player with another energy to fill Foden in the final third to try to his style and score a goal.
Okay, what did you make of their first goal? VAR had a look, obviously.
Once again.
Once again, what?
Have you seen it?
I've seen it.
And?
I mean, it doesn't matter what I think, does it?
Okay, that's that.
No, but what do you think? You tell us.
No, nothing. Nothing, that's all.
You don't want to get drawn into it?
Of course not. Come on. It's happened. Once again, what can I say? Mark has the ball, he's been kicking from behind, and it's goal. So what can I say? Nothing, one more.
Okay. Just tell us how big a blow you think this is.
No,
It's one win in 5 now.
Blow is the performance of United, for example. The rest is being good. We are playing in a high level. Of course, we didn't have the consistency, to win the games when always we were able to do it. But 14 games, a lot of points, 6 points. Next one.
Thank you.
And off he goes. He didn't want to be drawn into the first goal, but if you were a guessing man, you'd probably say he agrees with Jolien and with Michael. But let me tell you this, they've let a 2-goal lead slip at half-time in the Premier League for the first time in almost 8 years. Last time that happened was the Manchester derby at home to United when Chris Smalling, of all people, got the winner. That's how unusual territory we are in here, seeing City 2 up at half-time and not win the game.
Yeah, that stat is actually surprising to me that it's taken that long, because I still feel they're frail and fragile with a 2-goal lead. I don't think that's as comfortable as it has been in the past. Like I say, the way they defend is it allows teams to get at them, whether it's transition or direct play, like Dominic Solanke spoke about in his interview. So I still think there's elements of their defensive side of their game they definitely aren't able to rely on. I think in previous seasons, if they got 1 goal up, it was like defensively they're strong enough to see this game out, and they're just not there at the moment.
No.
And in terms of a title challenge, that's absolutely critical, isn't it, at this stage? If you're saying they haven't got a foundation to go and see a game out.
It is.
1 win in 6.
I've said to you for all season, listen, they're the nearest challengers to Arsenal. I can't see Manchester City winning the league this year. I've never been able to see it right from the start of the season. And even though they're second now, I still can't see it. I don't think they're good enough. I think they're in a transitional period, lots of new players. I think they're shaky at the back. I think the best player, Rodri, is taken a fair bit of time, quite naturally, to come back to form. I just don't think they're good enough to win the Premier League at the moment. In fact, Arsenal are probably going to win the league with a real low points tally, or they could do. I mean, they're heading for low 80s, which is a low number considering the bar that Liverpool have set, Manchester City have set over the last decade or so. This is going to be a low points season, and none of these teams at the moment have got the quality, the consistency to muster a challenge. They're basically handing it to Arsenal. And Arsenal are a good team, don't get me wrong. They're an efficient team, but they're not a team like we've seen in the last few years that are going to go and blitz the league and win it by 10 points because of their great football. They're going to probably, win it through solidity and, grinding out a few games as well, and, a lot of set pieces, etc., etc. Very good team, yes, but they're not being pushed by the real teams, the Cities and the Liverpools this season. And as I say, I can't see Manchester City challenging Arsenal, really. They're just not good enough. And, for them to do it, they're going to have to go on a real good run. And I just can't see, I asked Jolien, and Jolien said right at the start of the show, I can't really see City going on a 10-game winning spree. They've always been able to do that. They've always been able to do that. But this team, I just don't think are good enough at the moment. It might develop to be that in the next year or two, but not at the moment.
Yeah, I echo that. At first I thought, do I see Arsenal dropping enough points for City to catch? Not necessarily, but I don't see them winning enough games in a row to challenge. Like Marcus said then, I don't see them keeping 6 clean sheets out of 10 games and score. They will score goals. 100% they will score goals, with Semenyo now adding goals and supporting Haaland. But in terms of clean sheets, you can't be up 2-0, and we're talking about City dropping points when they're up 2-0. That would never be the case, regardless of what transitional period they're in. So, yeah, for them to go on now and have to probably win 10 in a row to really apply a pressure on Arsenal, it's a tough ask.
They've got to try and make that fixture in April matter, haven't they? The Etihad when Arsenal come.
Exactly. But in the meantime, I mean, they go to Anfield next. You know, in the league, it's, you know, I can probably see them going further away than actually narrowing the gap at them as things stand. So that's going to be difficult for them. But hey, long way to go still. 6 points is certainly possible to overhaul for any team. But, you know, I just don't think that City have got that capability. And I see Arsenal as very, very effective. I don't think they're going to throw anything away. I think they're going to, you know, soldier on and keep that distance between them. OK, let's squeeze in some reaction. Conor Gallagher is waiting to speak to us live from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Well played, Conor. I mean, what a turnaround that was.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a great second half after a tough first half, but I thought we showed great character and personality, and we really stuck together to get that result tonight. Was there a feeling at half-time? Score next and you never know? Yeah, that was the main thing. Obviously, there was a full 45 minutes left, and if we get an early goal, then anything could happen. And yeah, I thought it was a great performance in the second half. And of course, you did get that early goal, and then you had a huge part to play in Dominic Solanke's scorpion equaliser. Incredible, yeah. I couldn't believe what I saw, to be fair. It was an unbelievable goal, and yeah, it was a perfect timing for it as well.
Hi, Conor, it's Julian.
Yes, Julian.
You're right. How much of the second half performance was down to the tactical change or emphasis on, or do you take responsibility as a group of players?
Yeah, I think we kind of went back to basics a bit in the second half, kind of went to more of a 4-4-2 defensively and picked our times when we could press. And I think we were a bit more aggressive, and we made good decisions in that, when to go and when not to go. I think in the first.
Well done again. Thanks very much indeed for speaking to us.
Cheers, guys. No worries.
Conor Gallagher back in the Premier League and back in that second half performance. And Manchester United next, of course, for Tottenham at Old Trafford.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier. Tottenham in a real time of tough games, let's say, as you say, Manchester United next, and it gets tougher and tougher and tougher the next 3 or 4 games. So they will be aware of that. But that's a good start. 2 wins in the Champions League in the last week or 2 and 2 draws in the Premier League. 4 games unbeaten. They're back.
Michael, Julian, thank you very much indeed. A big second half for Spurs, bitterly disappointing for City on the day they draw, Villa lose, and the weekend where you just feel Arsenal win big time. They're 6 clear.